Yo, dudes and dudettes, this is UK Stormtrooper, and I am doing a beginner's guide for a request from Black Devil Mamba. And this is the beginner's guide to like a setup for YouTube for your bare basics. So we're talking about trials, setups, your minimum requirements, and things like that. Just leads that you might need, things that you might not have thought of. I'm going to try and cover as much as I can and try and give you as much information. So sit back, get some popcorn, some munchies, glass of coke, or whatever takes your fancy, and we'll crack straight on with it. Again, thank you Black Devil Mamba for the request. I'm more than happy to do it for you. Ciao for now, and enjoy. We're going to jump straight into it with TV monitors, because a lot of people are like, what size should I have? What monitor should I have? And everything else. What TV? It doesn't matter. As long as you enjoy making the videos, it really doesn't matter. So like, as you can see by this picture here, you've got HDMI, the little blue thing, HDMI, PC, DVI-D audio in, right? So you can bang the sound in through that, but you're not going to want that. You're going to want the sound coming out of it. So scrap that. That PC is so you can put whatever you want going in there. If your graphics card on your PC, we'll get to that later on, supports VGA, you've got a little blue thing there saying VGA on your left hand side. I'll see if I can put a little squiggle around it later. And the DVI-D. So you don't even need two. You can have the one, and you've got a HDMI lead there as well. And you've got components. There's enough adapters. Don't go out buying these leads, right? We'll get onto that later on, because you can just buy little adapters which does it for you. So the reason why I'm not looking at the camera is because I'm actually looking at the picture. So you've got PC, DVI-D, and you've got HDMI. That is all you need. You could use one TV. If you want, you can have two. You can have a monitor and a TV, because it's cheaper using the TV you've already got than going out and buying two monitors just for the sake of doing videos. Because this isn't a get rich quick thing, right? This is just so you enjoy it. So monitors and TVs, right? It doesn't matter about the size as long as you enjoy doing it. It doesn't matter about if it's VGA. Well, it matters a little bit if it's VGA, because then it'll be a little bit hard for doing the recording. So you need at least something with a HDMI, to be honest. At least one HDMI, because that's what the Elgato runs off. So TVs, don't worry about the size. As long as it's got HDMI, you're sorted, right? Step 2. Capture cards, right? This is where a lot of people is like, oh, well, what do I get, right? Basically, I've had the OGPOG. I'm still going to tell you about it, in case your PC might not have the same sort of specs that mine has, or the requirements for this. But the Elgato is really simple, really easy to use, and everything else. As you can see on here, the specs aren't really too high. PC Windows 7, 2 GHz, dual core, CPU, sound card, 4 GB RAM, built-in USB 2.0. Quite a lot of USBs are 3.0 now. But I still plug it into the 2.0 at the back of mine. So I would personally say use the Elgato, and I will put a video up so you can quickly see what the Elgato looks like and how it sort of works and everything else. And I can't show you the whole pod because I've got rid of it, but I will still show you a picture of it and the leads that you get. The leads that you get with this are all the leads that you need, right? And you get your HDMI, you get your micro USB, you need your separate, you get a HDMI with your PlayStation or your Xbox, so you've got all the USBs you need really. When you're looking at it, the Elgato, you've got two HDMIs. You've got a HDMI in, a HDMI out, and then you've got a micro USB. The micro USB is what the PC records from. So whatever comes through into HDMI, technically you don't need an out, because you need an in, then that micro USB. If you didn't have the HDMI out, it doesn't really matter, because the feed's still going in there. And you'll see that when you've got it on the PCs on there. Sorry, my PlayStation's going to turn off in a minute. So I'd say Elgato, because it's quick, it's easy, and it doesn't really crash. It crashes now and then. You can upload straight to YouTube from there. But we'll get to that because that isn't always the best because you lose quality. So hold on and we'll be back. Hogpog. Yeah, the Hogpog 2, the game catcher card. It's pretty big, as you can see by the picture, and pretty much the leads that you get with this is what you get with the Elgato. It's not as easy because you need a separate power supply and everything else, and the Elgato you just pick up, put in your pocket. It is a little bit cheaper, but you do get what you pay for, and I tried cheaping out to start off with, and I've deleted all the videos, to be honest, that I've done with that. And I'm constantly deleting these videos that I make anyway, because I'm getting picky about them now, because I'm starting to understand the programs a little bit more and getting better at it. But as I said, as I promised, these are the pictures, this is what it looks like. It all depends on your budget. So there you go, Hogpog. We're now on to leads. Every man, every woman, every gamer loves leads. Lots of them, everywhere, for every single case. If the world was coming to the end, we could save them with leads, right? All the leads you're going to need are going to pop up in little pictures, right? First of all, I'm looking at my pictures again. This is a HDMI to DVI, right? This will carry sound as well. VGA doesn't, DVI does. Right, so you could do, say, DVI, because the picture which I'm showing you here is male, and that will go into your PC, and then you'll have the the HDMI, which goes into the TV or the monitor, so you can see what's going on. That's one lead in case you've got DVI, and then you've got VGA to HDMI. I keep on saying DVI to HDMI, and that again will be male and male. And then you've got this little adapter. This is what I use because my PC monitor is a VGA, right? So it's not great, but it's VGA. So you want a VGA to DVI, and it looks exactly the same as this, but except from where it's got HDMI on there, it'll have a VGA. So just use this little adapter, because the leads that I showed you previous are normally about 15 to 20 quid, something like that. Maplins, or if you try going down to Wilko's, Tesco's, or anything else like that, you're looking 15 to 20 quid. I don't know what that is in other currencies, 10 million rupees or whatever, $26, I don't know. I'm English, and I know it's a bit ignorant, but I'm sorry, but I'm trying to do this because I promised this fella that I'd have this out. So this is HDMI to DVI. So if you don't have HDMI on the PC, don't worry. If you've got DVI, you're sorted. If you've got a VGA, VGA doesn't carry sound, but you'll still get picture. So don't worry about it. What other leads have we got on here? Schematics for every lead for that. Right, here we go. This is a 3.5 jack. This is a male and female end. Obviously, the female end, obvious, and the male end looks like it's got a little willy. So this is, well, I don't know, call it 200 meters. It's not, you know, it's not by looking at it. But what I use these for is my headset, and if you look at one of my previous videos, it will show you that you'll need it from the 3.5 jack in the back of the TV for the headset, and you'll need your little willy part, which is called the male end, which will go into the female end, obviously, because that's a front bum. So that's why it's called female and male. That's 3.5, and you can get a lead which is a 3.5 to 2.5, but you don't need to, because instead of spending 20 quid on that, you can buy one of these, which is a 3.5 to 2.5 jack, and that'll go into your headset so you can record your microphones. That's if you don't go and buy a separate microphone which goes into the PS4 on the front or the Xbox One. But just in case you do need the lead, that is the little adapter which you need, so don't go out spending stupid amounts on leads. For the Xbox, for the pads, you're gonna want one of these bad boys, and you can pick like not second hand ones up. You can pick dodgy sort of copies of it up and everything else. But one of them you're looking at about 13 quid, something like that, currently on eBay. What else have we got here? You've got the splitter as well. I've used the splitter before because I've had on the PS4 pad, I've had my headset in here, and then I've had the sound going through to a sound bar which I've got up there. So that means I had it in the headset, I had it on the sound bar, and I don't know why I was doing it, but I was doing it, and you can do it. So for any other reason, I was thinking a ways round of, I don't know, sticking that and then sticking my headset into it and then plugging the other end of this into the PC so it can record the sound. It is possible, and you can do it, don't get me wrong, but I always have one just in case. And I think I picked this lead up for 3 quid from Asda, something like that. But these are the leads that you're going to need. So you're going to need 2 HDMIs at least, a mic which you get one with the Elgato or the Hopog. You're going to need a USB to micro USB, which you get with the Elgato. You're going to need a male to female 3.5 jack, and if you need a 3.5 to 2.5, use 2 male ends of a 3.5 jack, and you can bang the little adapter which I showed you before, and that'll change it down to 2.5. All the other leads you get with everything. So you've got the converters. Don't forget you can buy the little adapters. Don't go buying the full leads, please don't, because you're just spending money and you're not even made anything. That's if you're doing this for money. But if you don't mind spending it because it's a hobby and you got a job to pay for it, then it's okay. But quite a lot of people are out of work at the moment, and they're doing this because it's a hobby and they're hoping to get money out of it and things like that. So try and start off really cheap, please do, and just get the little adapters because they're only like 3-4 quid. I'm sinking into the floor like I'm sitting on a marshmallow, but they're your leads, and this is very basic. They're the leads that you're going to need. Next, we're going to go on to microphones. So I'll speak to you soon. Adios. Microphones. Yeah, this is the fun part, right? A microphone is a microphone, right? At the end of the day, it records sound. This isn't a Yeti, but it records sound. This isn't a Blue, but it records sound. Who cares as long as it records sound? Right, try and not use a webcam one, because like the camera that I picked up from a webcam for doing this is just a Trost one. It's like a 720, it's a HDMI, it comes with a little light and a little blue little thingy on there, like LED, but the light's currently blinding me and you mostly get some sort of dodgy reflection. That's really hurt my eyes. But the microphones which are popular at the moment, because they've come out pretty quick, this one is the Snowball. The Snowball you can pick up from Argus for about 60 quid, but why spend 60 quid when you could buy a pre-owned one from Maplins for what, 30 quid I think it is, or one off eBay for 30 quid, and mostly Amazon for 30 quid, like 30, 32, 33. Don't pay any more than that, because otherwise you can get a brand new one for 50 quid or 40 quid, 50 or 40 quid, can't remember. But Argus, you're looking at the most 60 quid. So they're cool, right? And then you've also got, I'm going through the pictures again, you've got the Yeti, which is a popular mic, and the Blue and things like that. But then you need a desk sort of stand. There's me going like, it looks like I'm doing dirty stuff on my desk, right? You need a little desk holder which will come up here and it'll go like to here with a gooseneck. A gooseneck is the thing that bends, right? That's what a gooseneck is. And then you got all these people with these things up against their mouth, right out on a microphone sort of thing. We ain't professionals, we're just doing this because we like it, so we don't need that sort of stuff until you start getting into it. And I'm saying this now, but watch it in a year's time, I might actually buy one. And to tell the truth, I have looked at one. But just get a microphone. They're the popular ones, but you can pick up cheaper microphones for about 20-30 quid. Or if you're in the UK, we've got this thing called Gumtree. Or go on Facebook and look for sale or swap in Doncaster, Manchester, London, Middlesex, Yorkshire, Scotland, Timbuktu, Santa's Grotto. Everybody's selling everything. You just put a post out there and somebody will go, oh yeah, I've got one. And you've got a microphone. Sorted. So you can spend 15 quid. You don't have to spend 100 quid. It doesn't matter. It records bloody sound. So as long as it's a proper studio sort of mic, which you can sing. Don't do that again, Ian. It doesn't matter as long as it can record sound. You can. There's loads of different settings in. What I'm using at the moment is the Movie Studio 3.0, the basic one, not the Platinum. And you can adjust the sound and everything else. But I'll get back to that later on if you want me to, and ask me to do a video, and I'll show you do all the cuts and things like that. The easy way, not the hard way. The easy way. I ain't no LEA, I ain't no PewDiePie, I ain't Syndicate. Ian Goodlovin, also known as UK Stormtrooper or Goodlovin on the Xbox. But you don't need to go mental with the microphones, as you can see. Look, I am your father. You can use this mic. Perfect. It's great. Some pictures should have shown up anyways while we're talking about this. And we'll move on to the next bit in a bit. This is where the specs come into it. The specs were going to come into it, but this video is pretty long and I want to keep them short and sweet so it's not too much, so I'll scramble your head. So if you want me to do another video, just ask and I'll go into my PC specs and show you a little bit with cutting and a bit of Photoshop and everything else. If that helps, that is. But until then, yeah. I can't think of anything else. Cheers for the request for the video. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it, mate. And anybody else, ask questions, because I will do videos for you. Bye.